Hey, casual crypto investor family. It is the casual crypto investor, and I am back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Donald Trump's plan for crypto and Bitcoin. So I finally had a chance to kind of watch some of the videos and content, and also too as well kind of run down some of the things that he highlighted in his speech during the Bitcoin conference, which I guess took place mostly yesterday. And I think there's maybe some little stuff going on today. I wish I had the opportunity to attend from the videos and some of the content that I've seen by some of the probably the same content creators that you follow. It was pretty much interesting on all the people's perspective on crypto. But what I can say from the stuff that I've seen, my opinion, crypto is finally has a place at the table, right? It's one of those conversation pieces that we are going to talk about. And as a community, we do have a voice, right? And it's very important, especially with this election coming up, that we, made our voice known and heard, right? And so that goes into maybe who we vote for, organizations that we become a part of, just getting involved, right, in some shape or form, right? One of my ways that I do that is by obviously bringing you this content, but even on a local level, I think I would also like to try to get involved with some of the groups and organizations that have crypto discussions. So that way I can be better informed. That way I can also network too as well. And also, learned, because I don't know everything about crypto. I'm on this journey just like you are. And so there's things constantly changing. And so I think it's important to hear people's perspective and work with everyone, no matter what, beliefs they are or just kind of wherever they come from. I think it's important that we all work together because we all have the same. A lot of us have the same goal. I'm not going to say we all have the same goal, but a lot of us have the same goal. So just want to put that out there. And I want to kind of break down Donald Trump's plan for Bitcoin, share that content with you. And hopefully this will be, beneficial to kind of figure out, where you need to go in terms of who you're going to vote for this election, because this is a big one. I know Kamala had said that she's willing to, kind of reset the relationships with some of the local, currency companies here in the States. So, we don't know yet, but basically all we can go off of is what these politicians are telling us. And then from there, we have to make the best decision with the information that we have. So I do have some information in regards to Donald Trump and how he plans to use, or how he not so much use Bitcoin, but implement Bitcoin into, America, right? Before we get into that, let's just take a look at the overall crypto market. We're currently down a little under 1%. We're sitting at a $2.42 trillion market cap. Bitcoin is up on the 7-day and on the 1 hour. And let's see what else. Ethereum is currently down right now on the 7-day and 24 hour, but it is up about a 0.25% on the 1 hour. And then XRP is currently down at 59 cents, but it is up on the 1 hour and on the 7-day. I like seeing it a little bit below 60 cents. I might accumulate some more, but I might have to wait till this Friday when I get that paycheck. So, but yeah, I definitely will be adding to my bag continuously because I do feel that XRP will have its day at some point. I know, it's kind of been a rough road ahead, but I think there is light at the end of the tunnel. Quick shameless plug. Feel free to follow me on my Twitter. We finally hit over 300 followers on my Twitter, which is great. So let's try to shoot for 400. And it's a great way for you to stay in contact with me. I do read the comment section down below, so you can always hit me up in there at the bottom of this video. But then also too as well, feel free to hit me up on Twitter too as well if you have content or information that you would like to share. All right, so let's get into this. Right, Donald Trump has kind of laid out. This is by Watcher Guru. They did a tweet not too long ago, kind of breaking down where Donald Trump falls in terms of Bitcoin and some of the statements that he made. Right. So let's kind of break down one by one and all the bullet points that they have. Right. So on day one, he said that he will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman. So that is huge right there. I think that's a step in the right direction. I did watch a video when he did announce that, and the whole crowd erupted. So I think all of us are kind of in the same boat with that one. So I'm definitely on board with that. He looks to create a U.S. government strategic national Bitcoin stockpile if elected. So basically, he's looking to stockpile Bitcoin similar to gold, right? So that's huge. I think that speaks to how serious he is about Bitcoin. He's also serious about how this particular cryptocurrency, is important and has a huge value. And who's to say that later? I think this is a step in the right direction, but who's to say later that other cryptocurrencies might not have that same value, right? So I think that's a huge step right there. He says the U.S. government will keep 100% of Bitcoin it owns, so they're not looking to sell it. They're going to own 100% of everything that they accumulate with Bitcoin. He says also too as well, Bitcoin is going to the moon. So if you have Bitcoin, never sell your Bitcoin. So that kind of runs both together, right? So if you do own Bitcoin, that's kind of made me want to accumulate more some Bitcoin. To be honest with you, full transparency, I'm not a big Bitcoin holder. I have a lot of my holdings in altcoins, so things like Ethereum, or not Ethereum, but Cardano. I have a little bit of Ethereum. Take that back. I do have a little bit of Ethereum. I do have like Cardano, XRP, um, uh, just a wide range of different altcoins that I do feel at some point, will have success. Moving on, he says Bitcoin will one day probably surpass the market cap of gold. So that obviously goes to the faith that he has in regards to where he sees the future of Bitcoin. He says, "I reaffirm my pledge to commute Ross Ulbricht sentence." So that was a gentleman that was, uh, you know, involved in some legal stuff there, and so he's looking to resolve that issue with Ross. There will never be a CBDC while I'm a president of the United States, so he's not for the whole CBDC thing. That basically, which is basically central currency. So he's not really for that in terms of the government being able to track where your money goes and all that kind of stuff, which is great. He says Bitcoin and crypto will skyrocket like never before if elected president. So I think that's huge because and I love the fact that he says crypto. So he's not just talking about Bitcoin; he's talking about other crypto, projects out there. So that could be Ethereum, that could be XRP, that could be from Chainlink to a lot of the other big crypto projects out there. He says Bitcoin is not threatening the dollar. The current U.S. government is threatening the dollar. So I actually agree with that. I think because when you have the government printing tons and tons of money, that's basically devaluing the dollar, and that's one of the arguments for Bitcoin. You can't print more Bitcoin, so that obviously has had an effect on the price of Bitcoin, and that's one of the reasons why so many why the value of Bitcoin is so high. Moving on, he says the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world. So I love to hear that. I think it's better to work with this technology versus working against it. I think if you have the opportunity to be the kind of the front runner or the sort of the leader in this new technology and in this space, you could be setting yourself up for huge gains and huge opportunities. And by you being the leader in this space, you kind of set the tone. And so I think that's a huge step. I love to hear that, and I'm 100% on board with that. Kind of wrapping up here, he says Bitcoin stands for freedom, sovereignty, and independence from government coercion and control. 100% agree with that too as well. That's one of the reasons why we love cryptocurrencies. You can't print it. You can't manipulate it as much as you can with the US dollar. And so I think that within itself kind of levels the playing field for everyone. And so I love the fact that, he kind of has that stance in regards to Bitcoin as well as cryptocurrency. Lastly, wrapping up here, he says, I pledge to the Bitcoin community that the day I take oath of office, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris' anti-crypto crusade will be over. And I love that. I love to hear that because we really have, just as being a crypto investor, obviously, I still have, retirement and stocks that I invest in and stuff like that. But, I look at crypto as one of those things to hopefully maybe one day deliver financial freedom. And so, when I look at the 4 years of what's happened now, granted, the when I look at XRP, for example, that took place during Trump and the end of Trump's presidency. But I'm glad that he's taking the position that he's looking to work with crypto versus against it. But the past 4 years hasn't really been great for crypto. When I look at the Biden and Harris administration, we've had a lot of lawsuits against American-based companies, which is crazy. I would love to see the government work with these technologies versus against it. And I think that if Donald Trump is able to deliver on these promises, it could be huge for both me and you, who are obviously tied to and are in the field investing in this technology. So, what do you think about Donald Trump's kind of game plan for Bitcoin and for crypto? Are you for it? Are you against it? Or are you waiting to see what Kamala Harris comes out with her plan for Bitcoin, so that way, or and Bitcoin and crypto, so that way you can maybe compare and contrast how they differ? I'm really big on that because I want to hear both sides, and then from that, I'm able to make a more informed decision. That's the way I look at it. But also too, as well, I can go off of only what I've seen so far from them. But right now, I think right now Donald Trump and the Republicans have the edge when it comes to getting involved with crypto. Another kind of unspoken person too, as well, who's made some great things and said some great things about Bitcoin as well as crypto, is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He came out and was very pro crypto and very pro Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken. I think he said that one of his largest, or most of his, money is tied into Bitcoin. So, he's another interesting candidate that's out there. But I would love to hear your opinion, love to get your feedback, what you guys think about this. If you like this type of content, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And definitely leave me a comment down below, because I'd love to hear your opinions about what you think about all the stuff that's happening right now in regards to crypto and politics. So I will see you in the next video, and you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.